Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, January 12th at 11:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 746 headlines from 108 fees we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Rep. Jim Jordan refuses to acknowledge Biden legitimately won the election. Son of New York judge arrested in for Cape seized after Capitol riot. White House reporter reassigned after trying to question Mike Pompeo. Cawthorn expresses concern about election fraud claims after earlier stoking them. An influencer claiming he had a secret rendezvous with Kanye West apologized after receiving a legal threat. Child films cops escorting angry man from Walmart in NC for refusing to wear a mask. The Barstool sports guy has been raising millions for small businesses. See his office. Trump's lawyer says his Capitol riot incitement was moral sin. Harvard removes Republican Elise Stefanik from advisory committee. Trump heads to U.S. Mexico border as people on the ground rebuke his visit. Don't bring your mess to Texas. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Washington Post, FBI warned of violent war at Capitol in internal report issued day before deadly riot, CNN. Aaron Mostovsky, son of Brooklyn judge, charged for role in Capitol riot, New York Post. As calls for Josh Hawley to resign grow, Missouri governor stays silent, Fox News. Razer's Blade 15 and Pro 17 get RTX 30 series GPUs, fast QHD displays, and gadget. Unstoppable Tide, Alabama routs Ohio State for national title, Associated Press. Discussing Bill Belichick declining the Presidential Medal of Freedom first take, ESPN. Raiders hire Gus Bradley as new defensive coordinator, The Mercury News. Early warning signs emerge for GOP after U.S. Capitol riots, Associated Press. Texas officials worry Trump's trip could turn violent, Politico. DHEC provides additional information on vaccine scheduling for those 70 and older, SCDHEC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. NFL stars urged Alabama to remove player from title game on Twitter. Republicans want unity, but there's none without accountability. Sex and the City stars are raking in more than $1 million an episode for revival. Amber Ruffin and sister recall hilarious encounter with racism. Ryan Reynolds' latest Disney joke will make you say, oh, dear. Prince Charles says he will absolutely get COVID-19 vaccine. Sheryl Sandberg slammed for saying Capitol riot was not largely planned on Facebook. Son of Brooklyn Supreme Court judge arrested in connection with Capitol riot. In first public appearance since insurrection, Trump shirks all responsibility. GOP rep Elise Stefanik loses Harvard post for lying about election fraud. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man drives vehicle into building for second time. Pickup truck and cement truck collide. Family reunited with cat lost during flood. Jeopardy, fans meet life after Trebek. A passion for baking led teen to compete on show. Police say 19-year-old stabbed baby cousin. Toddler gets bitten by dog in service fest inside restaurant. Manatee spotted W Trump etched into its back. Deputy killed after suspect rams into his vehicle. Cruise rescue mother, child in river. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Lost passwords lock millionaires out of their Bitcoin fortunes. China's stronger currency could be a fig leaf for Biden. How Republican fundraising may be affected by Sheldon Adelson's death. Sheldon Adelson, billionaire donor to GOP and Israel, is dead at 87. Sure, now Ted Cruz and Kevin McCarthy want unity. Trump administration recommends vaccinating everyone over 65. Join Jamel Bouie to discuss the hypocrisy of the Republican call for unity. A corporate backlash. The Kentucky Wildcats took a knee, its state was taken aback. Ireland report on mother and baby homes reveals abuse and thousands of deaths. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Chris Rock reveals he was almost cast in Friends and Seinfeld. Canadian woman caught walking husband on leash like a dog while breaking coronavirus curfew. Substitute teachers are in high demand as coronavirus cases rise. Senator Tammy Duckworth demands probe of military members in Capitol riots. Girl Scouts team with Grubhub for contactless cookie delivery, launch online ordering. Capitol riot leaves Democrats split over domestic terrorism law and criminalizing dissent. Ricky Gervais turns down chance to do comedy in space. Freshman Republican Nancy Mason condemning Trump, I don't operate out of fear. Seattle police saw highest number of murders in 26 years in 2020, chief says. U.S. to require negative COVID-19 test for all international travelers, report. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, January 12th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Super Bowl 55, how many fans will be allowed to attend? FBI, Aaron Mostovsky, son of New York judge, arrested for storming U.S. Capitol building. Physician assistant, software developer top 2021 best jobs list according to U.S. News and World Report. Rarest of the rare, researchers make extraordinary discovery of fossilized Dianosaur sitting on egg-filled nest. 2 gorillas at San Diego Zoo Safari Park test positive for COVID-19, third symptomatic. Pro-Trump demonstration at Twitter headquarters appears to be a bust, Twitter claims to respect people's right to express their views. FBI warns of groups calling for storming of courthouses nationwide if Trump is removed. Mother of 6 dies from coronavirus days after giving birth. Biden voters keep out, cigar shop owner puts shocking, divisive political sign in store window. Tax service company says IRS will reissue stimulus checks sent to wrong bank accounts. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Boris Johnson blames China's traditional medicine for COVID pandemic. Elon Musk no longer world's richest man as Tesla stock nosedives. Donald Trump's farewell speech according to his longtime spoofer Alec Baldwin. Fury over rude sign in seaside town in Suffolk warning, if you don't love around here F off. Donald Trump refuses to resign and calls impeachment a witch hunt. Rob Lowe claims Prince Harry now has a ponytail. Why cannot England offer COVID vaccinations round the clock? Man, 20, recovering from COVID after losing 80% lung functionality. Rapid lateral flow COVID tests no 10 is using are too inaccurate, scientist warns. Coronavirus UK, Doe rebrands professional kits as NHS self-tests. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Senegal star student has vanished in France. Where is Diary Sow? Pompeo hits Iran for Al-Qaeda support on his way out. Israel's vaccine success cannot hide a deeper divide. Kuwait's government quits, deepening political deadlock. Trudeau shuffles cabinet, names astronaut foreign minister. Sheldon Adelson, casino magnate who influenced policy from D.C. to Jerusalem, dies at 87. First came political crimes, now, a digital crackdown descends on Hong Kong. French police detain 7 in probe of teachers beheading. Ugandan opposition reels from widespread repression ahead of Thursday's election. EU's top digital enforcer says Twitter's Trump ban was response to extreme situation. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Sheffield United v Newcastle, Premier League, Live. Trump rejects responsibility for Capitol riot he inspired and claims his words totally appropriate, Live. Coronavirus live news, German lockdown could last up to 10 weeks, Ukraine asks EU for vaccine help. In bits, the programmer locked out of his 175M Bitcoin account. Ireland publishes report on appalling abuse of mother and baby homes. Mike Pompeo claims without evidence that Iran is Al-Qaeda's new home base. Egyptian court acquits women jailed for inciting debauchery on TikTok. Footage shows Florida manatee with word Trump etched into back, video. Republican accuses Harvard of caving to the woke left after school cuts ties. Sheldon Adelson, casino magnate and major Trump donor, dies aged 87. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. First U.S. execution of female inmate in 67 years halted. Mega $1,625 jackpot largest in nearly 2 years. Officer with knee to George Floyd's neck to be tried alone. U.S. asking states to speed vaccine, not hold back second dose. – Cancer deaths down for 2nd year in a row, but impact of COVID remains unknown. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Egypt court overturns TikTok stars' jail sentences. Irish government to apologize over mother and baby homes. COVID, 3 Democratic lawmakers test positive after Capitol riot. Capitol riots, Trump says a speech was totally appropriate. Al-Qaeda, Pompeo says Iran is jihadist network's new home base. Central Spain records temperatures of -25°C after snowstorm. Casino mogul and political donor Sheldon Adelson dead at 87. Sheldon Adelson, the casino magnate who moved an embassy. Vogue editor defends cover photo of U.S. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Amazon and Facebook staff warned of threats to safety. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Contentious House hearing over 25th Amendment. As Trump visits Alamo, Texas, famed battle is used to commemorate whiteness, historians say. Coronavirus updates. Feds want vaccine rollout to speed up. Maskless Alabama fans celebrate. Rep. JIPA latest lawmaker to test positive. Pompeo cites Iran's secret ties to Al-Qaeda. Here's where US-Mexico border wall construction stands as Trump wraps up presidency. Everyone is on high alert, with National Guard in D.C., state capitals prepare for potential armed protests. Trump takes no responsibility for Capitol attack. Trump wants no violence as impeachment nears. New state flag flies over Mississippi Capitol. French wine, Vine's headed home after year in space. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Children apologize to their dying elders for spreading COVID-19 as LA County reels. Explaining LA with Pat Morrison. What have you always wondered about LA? Orange County teacher's assistant who sent child porn videos gets 6 years in prison. Prop 22 faces first legal challenge as SEIU, rideshare drivers plan to file suit. Some LA County residents should wear masks at home to slow virus spread, officials say. California exodus intensifies as retirees, teachers, musicians seek cheaper, less crowded pastures. Councilman Kevin Glenn wants 25,000 housing units for homeless by 2025. Coronavirus surges up the coast. Ventura, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara now hit hard. State bullet train delays beyond comprehension, contractor says in blistering letter. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, January 12, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 9,000 children died at brutally misogynistic homes for unmarried mothers in Ireland. Canada-US land border closure extended to February 21st. Iran dismisses Pompeo's assertion of ties between Al-Qaeda and Tehran. No one is fooled. All 9/11 terrorists came from @sec Pompeo's favorite ME destinations, Saudi Arabia, none from Iran, Iran's foreign minister Zarif said. PlayStation 5 launch got more coverage than 10 humanitarian crises combined. The other virus that worries Asia, the death rate for Nipah virus is up to 75% and it has no vaccine. While the world focuses on COVID-19, scientists are working hard to ensure it doesn't cause the next pandemic. India says trust with China profoundly disturbed, U.S. ties on upswing. UK condemns China's horrific barbarism against Uyghur minority. Pfizer could withdraw vaccine supply from Quebec if two-dose schedule not followed. Quebec government's plan calls for a modified schedule, with people receiving their second dose months after the first. Russian Navy commander stole two 13-ton bronze propellers from his own destroyer. Shaman who sought to drive Putin from Kremlin announces new march to Moscow. Uganda orders all social media to be blocked, letter. Insect population suffering death by 1,000 cuts, say scientists. Frightening global decline is tearing apart tapestry of life, with climate crisis a critical concern. COVID herd immunity will not happen in 2021, says WHO. Toyota to return $18 million in stimulus payments to Australian gov. Israel's Netanyahu removes Trump from his Twitter banner photo. The next headlines are from Forbes. BTS's Dynamite ties the record for the most weeks spent atop Billboard's new global chart. Report, FBI office warned of war at U.S. Capitol despite claim attack was unknown. Alamo officials blindsided by Trump Texas trip. Google launches $3 million fund to tackle COVID-19 vaccine misinformation. Oil and gas industry must get serious about climate change to compete for millennial and Gen Z workforce. Lindsey Graham travels with Trump to Texas a week after renouncing him. Interpol and FIFA's fight for sport to recover from COVID-19 with integrity. Is Hawaiian Airlines riding a wave or will Southwest create too much undertow? 1 in 4 Black, Hispanic workers have faced workplace discrimination in past year, poll suggests. Harvard removes Republican lawmaker from advisory committee over claims of election fraud. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Vaccine makers in Asia rush to test jabs against fast-spreading COVID variant. UK science advisors publish evidence behind COVID vaccine changes. How to include indigenous researchers and their knowledge. How COVID unlocked the power of RNA vaccines. Reshoring EU agriculture risks undermining SDGs. Decentralize the energy system so COVID does not slow clean energy. The pandemic has pushed citizen panels online. COVID research updates. Immune cells gone wild are tied to COVID lung damage. Community power could boost confidence in vaccination programs. COVID-19, research on tech habits needs industry support. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,678,888,870 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez's Hims and Hers investment pays with Oaktree spec. Universal Television's Good Girls, Never Have I Ever extend production hiatus exclusive. Be a Film Red is Johannes Nyholm's Firehawks and Trump Irritail the Wall, set to star Vicky Creeps exclusive. You names Jason Richman co-head of Media Rights Group. Judas and the Black Messiah has best Oscar qualities but could still come up short. Spike Lee's children, Satchel and Jackson, named 2021 Golden Globe ambassadors. Judas and the Black Messiah to premiere at Sundance Film Festival. Taylor Swift's Evermore takes top spot on album chart. Justin Bieber's Anyone debuts as #1 song. Jason Klarman named president, Fox Nation streaming service. Oscar winner Marlee Matlin to executive produce Feeling Through exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Killswitch examines the racist history of the Senate filibuster. Trump has created a huge chasm in U.S. society, Capitol siege viewed from Berlin. NH Town Hall closes, citing threats after police chief attended Capitol rally. U.S. Capitol mob brings questions, fallout for pro-Trump police. Trump says his comments before Capitol riot were totally appropriate. Trump administration urges states to open COVID-19 vaccination to all over 65. Government appeals stay of execution for only female on federal death row. Congress and COVID-19, members' cases and quarantines. Voice of America White House reporter reassigned after questioning Pompeo. Roots of U.S. Capitol insurrectionists run through American West. The following headlines are from The Week. Coronavirus will live on after everyone's vaccinated, study suggests, but it won't be very dangerous. U.S. will reportedly require all international visitors to show negative COVID-19 test result. FBI report contradicts officials' declaration that agency did not have prior intelligence Capitol riot would turn violent. Take the 25th. No one told Alamo, Texas, that Trump is visiting today. Trump doesn't take responsibility for Capitol riot, insists speech was totally appropriate. Third House Democrat tests positive for COVID-19 following Capitol riot, blames maskless GOP colleagues. The week's best parenting advice, January 12, 2021. Israel is reportedly planning to provide COVID-19 vaccines for Holocaust survivors around the world. How the Capitol riot could sink Trump's businesses. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. In San Antonio, a fight over public housing heats up. Leggy in the time of coronavirus. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Fighting ice with ice. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. NASA's Curiosity rover reaches its 3,000th day on Mars. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers see swirling weather on the closest brown dwarf. The mystery of sunquakes is deep, 1 million meters deep. SpaceX's next idea, to catch super heavy boosters with the launch tower. This is the fireworks galaxy. It's had 10 supernovae in the last century alone. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, January 12th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. A new look at the universe's oldest light. Record number of billion-dollar disasters in U.S. in 2020. Some last looks at Venus. Capture a glimpse of the unicorn. New and rare direct image of a brown dwarf. The next news is from Politico. The secrets to Israel's coronavirus vaccination success. Schumer pledges to confirm Biden's cabinet, press for more COVID relief amid impeachment. Anti-Trump group pledges $50 million effort to defend Republican impeachment supporters. Trump's partially built big, beautiful wall. This is a solemn day, Democrats move toward Trump's ouster. DeSantis vows Florida will be ready if protests engulf state capitol. Cato Institute investigating blog post by senior fellow that spread election conspiracy theories. GOP aide resigns while lashing congressional enablers of this mob. Texas officials worry Trump's trip could turn violent. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Stocks drift on Wall Street, Treasury yields keep rallying. The final straw, how Pence finally split from Trump. Push back over land acquisitions for Rail Line 2 New Sydney Airport. To reach your exercise goals, start by tweaking your expectations. Change tune, Barrelero says parts of Kotchushko should be horse-free. Take-home pay or put it in super, government considers opt-in supermodel. Unions take Qantas to High Court in JobKeeper fight. Australian arrested as German police shut down big darknet marketplace. Trump says his remarks before deadly Capitol riot were totally appropriate. Uganda bans social media ahead of presidential election. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Coronavirus update, U.S. heads toward 23 million COVID-19 cases as 3 lawmakers test positive after Capitol lockdown. The Fed Rosengren expects asset purchases to continue until economy is on stronger footing. Lawsuit seeks to throw out California measure that protects gig economy business model. Capitol report, House to vote on resolution encouraging Pence to remove the president using 25th Amendment. Plug Power stock rallies to nearly 15-year high after analyst calls Renault deal validating. Market snapshot, Dow edges higher in choppy trade as stocks struggle to add to gains. The Wall Street Journal, Janet Yellen's Treasury Secretary confirmation hearing is set for January 19th. AMD announces new laptop and data center chips it says. Telemedicine was used more for mental health and physical health when COVID-19 first hit. Dispatches from a pandemic, icy streets and packed metros, Madrid digs out from historic snowstorm in midst of pandemic. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. 6 Purdue innovators advance their technologies through Trask funding, wbill.com. Intellectual property joint ownership, land of unintended consequences, AC Big Media. Meet the finalists, leaders from Illuma Labs, Critical Start, Hackware, and UTD Cybersecurity Research and Education Institute, D Magazine. New patent details wrist ID authentication for Apple Watch, make use of. IBM received the most patents in 2020, here's the rest of the top 20, Fortune. Children invited to design invention for people with hearing loss, Wales Online. Society Hectors and Farm enable enter technology collaboration for AI-driven drug discovery against challenging GPCR target, PR Newswire. Recommended ways to protecting business concepts as intellectual property rights in Nigeria, intellectual property, Nigeria, Mondak News alerts. Trump targets margin rights in proposed rule change, Law 360. IPWNR, patentability of life sciences inventions in the EU and China, IPWatchdog.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Netflix will release a new movie every week in 2021. For better or worse, web infrastructure is not a public good. A pair of rare Nike sneakers may be the key to catching a Washington riot suspect. The pandemic brought U.S. emissions to their lowest level in 3 decades. Facts and data are not what convinces CEOs to make systemic change. Crypto is now the world's 5th most circulated currency by value. Markets are actually holding companies accountable for human rights violations. Grave ethical allegations hound India's homegrown COVID-19 vaccine as it prepares for rollout. How to make sense of Angela Merkel's criticism of the Trump Twitter ban. India's historic stock market boom is worrying its central bank. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Some thoughts on Twitter pulling the plug on Trump's account. Daily Deal, the 2021 Career and Self-Development Bundle. Tech Dirt 2020, the stats. Internet-connected chastity cages hit by Bitcoin ransom hack. Twitter bans C-Hub's accounts because of counterfeit goods policy, as Indian copyright case heats up. Department of Justice, U.S. court system latest to announce they're victims of the massive SolarWinds hack. Small Idaho ICE punishes Twitter and Facebook censorship by blocking access to them entirely. Everything pundits are getting wrong about this current moment in content moderation. Dear Section 230 critics, when Senators Hawley and Cruz are your biggest allies, it's time to rethink. The Beijing arrests in Hong Kong expand as America loses its ability to credibly respond. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Liam Hendricks. Sheldon Adelson. Lucid Motors. Evander Kane. Manatee. Hard Rock Stadium. BTC. Chad Wolf. U.S. Department of State. Doug Peterson. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Furry protester identified as son of Brooklyn Supreme Court judge arrested for taking part in U.S. Capitol riot. London reopens Nightingale Field Hospital as number of COVID-19 patients in capital doubles since Christmas. I have to do better. Team driver Haley Deegan in fierce row after being ordered to take sensitivity training for R-word slur. My hands are back. Formula One ace Chris Sheen continues recovery from near-death blaze, but warns squeamish fans over gory picture. Rebranding Belarus, exiled opposition figurehead Tikhanovskaya asks Lithuania to rename her country to eliminate Russian link. Symbolic moment as Russian cosmonauts get jabs of Sputnik V, named for first space satellite, ahead of latest International Space Station mission. Facebook reinstates Press TV page with 4 million subscribers, hours after mysterious final deletion. Sentences of extremist group that planned armed takeover of Russia slashed weeks after Putin intervenes on human rights grounds. A Russian strain, COVID-19 found to have mutated 18 different times in one person, with some never seen before. The truth is in there, all of the CIA's files on UFOs are now available for download. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. New world record set for shipping rates, $350,000 per day. A break of this level will trigger colossal selling. The SEC, cryptocurrencies, and securities. Trump warns Democrats, impeachment witch hunt is causing tremendous anger. Stellar demand for 10Y auction shorts squeezed. SBA is launching a third round of PPP loans to get cash to small businesses. PBS top lawyer says Gov should build enlightenment camps and remove children from Trump-supporting homes. CDC admits most transmission occurs at home, will require all foreigners to test COVID negative before entering U.S. Live updates. Goldman, here's what life under Democrat control will look like. The Democrats will force the Fed into yield curve control. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Trump's rush to build U.S. border wall fuels fear of lasting harms. Ethiopia warns Sudan over military build-up amid border tensions. COVID, Mo Salah donates oxygen, ambulance for Egyptian village. Mexico moves to create world's largest legal cannabis market. Where to next? Bitcoin rebounds after 11% slide. COVID-19, Ontario health system could soon be overwhelmed. What's the actual human cost of serious war? U.S. to release millions of doses to speed up COVID vaccinations. Bangladesh's Biximco could sell AstraZeneca vaccine by next month. Kuwait's cabinet members resign amid dispute with parliament. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Bill de Blasio will explore canceling New York City contracts with Trump Organization. Salesforce shuts down Trump campaign emails claiming they incite violence. Dershowitz says Trump's speech not even close to impeachable, Ilya Shapiro says it is. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin, Parler has a right to exist, Apple, Google, Amazon denying access to common infrastructure. Democrats discuss censuring Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley over Capitol protests. Job openings fell in November as election and pandemic weighed on labor market. Elon Musk, Americans will be unhappy with big tech as the de facto arbiter of free speech. Twitter suspends 70,000 accounts claiming QAnon ties. Nolte, blockbusters in peril as Wonder Woman 1984 flops and theaters remain closed. Nolte, Cuomo's New York tosses out vaccines rather than vaccinate wrong people, like the elderly. The next headlines are from UPI News. Gardeners won, 911-pound pumpkin set Southern Hemisphere record. Look, loose cows wander onto California highway. Son helps mom turn Christmas gifts into $1 million lottery jackpot. Samosa sent to space by British eatery crash lands in France. Watch, Michigan family reunited with pet cat 5 months after flood. Watch, Netherlands confiscates sandwiches from British drivers due to Brexit. Watch, Pennsylvania woman receives mother's ring 50 years after it was lost. Watch, woman swims 280 feet under ice for Guinness World Record. Look, soap opera actor finds python slithering on his home's toilet. Watch, man chops through apples while juggling knives for Guinness record. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 most bizarre apps ever created. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. 180-day countdown to June 24, 2021, U.S. Gov. Update about advanced aerial threats of UAPs UFOs, and what happened on Mars. The following headlines are from GoodNewsNetwork.org. Juice bar workers were shocked by a New Year's themed tip of $2021 and assumed it was a mistake. This Arkansas doctor forgave $650,000 in medical bills for cancer patients to kick off 2021. Watch fishermen risk walking on frozen lake to rescue exhausted baby deer. Top 10 species discovered in 2020 include a Harry Potter snake and desert dwelling broccoli. Startup turns 32 million discarded chopsticks into gorgeous decor and furniture. These Emperor Tamarin triplets were born the size of a thimble, with the cutest tiny mustaches. Ratatouille, the TikTok musical has raised over $1 million for struggling actors. The new green building revolution uses timber to build skyscrapers that save tons of CO2. This clever attachment makes any bicycle an e-bike in just seconds, and it's a much cheaper method. Arctic oil drilling plans suffer stunning setback as almost no one shows up for the sale. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, January 12th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. NYC couple accused of forging multiple positive COVID test results to delay criminal trial. French woman spends 3 years trying to prove she is not dead. France. The constant, all-day pop of pickleball causing tension in Ridgewood, NJ. Someone wrote Trump on a manatee. Feds and Florida officials are investigating. Q shaman starving in prison because they don't provide organic food. Kate Blanchett wins permission for meditation room at her haunted 4.9M Sussex mansion despite discovery of bat colony. Your cock is mine now. Hacker locks internet-connected chastity cage, demands ransom. Dutch officials seize ham sandwiches from British drivers. Case of manatee with Trump etched into back under investigation. The next headlines are from a site called the Next Web. Containment algorithms won't stop superintelligent AI, scientists warn. Trump admin launches National AI Initiative Office. Merkel calls Trump's Twitter ban problematic. 7 essential versus code extensions for Python developers in 2021. The rotary knob lives on. BMW previews next generation iDrive. After this training package, you could be on your way to becoming a project manager. Sony is launching a streaming service with Blu-ray picture quality, but only for its Bravia TVs. Despite EV growth, gas mileage of U.S. vehicle fleet has tanked. Move over foldables, LG and TCL show off rollable phones. It says. Why people bought more e-bikes during the pandemic than ever before. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Quasar discovery sets new distance record. Study of flowers with 2 types of anthers solves mystery that baffled Darwin. NASA missions help investigate an old faithful active galaxy. Fossils soft tissues helping to solve puzzle that vexed Darwin. A bucket of water can reveal climate change impacts on marine life in the Arctic. Rotten egg gas could guard against Alzheimer's disease. Scientists reveal how gut microbes can influence bone strength in mice. Protecting lungs from ventilator-induced injury. Scientists develop method to more efficiently isolate and identify rare T cells. Why independent cultures think alike when it comes to categories, it's not in the brain. The next headlines are from Information Week. Verizon CEO talks 5G, drones, and compute at the edge. It says. Enterprise analytics kicks off to a promising start. How CDOs can solve the top data and analytics challenge. 7 steps to AI success. How OpenText improves the digital experience. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, January 12th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA, NOAA to announce 2020 global temperatures, climate conditions. NASA accelerates SLS rocket hot fire test, invites media to pre-test briefing. NASA highlights astrophysics missions at Super Bowl of Astronomy. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Sundance Festival adds Judas and the Black Messiah and an Egyptian soccer documentary. Exclusive, Feds accuse Utah Pharmacy CEO of getting mislabeled hydroxychloroquine from China. Perfect Alabama finishes number 1 in AP Top 25 for 12th time, Bayou finishes at number 11. University of Utah President Ruth Whitkins is stepping down. I am a Utah age 70 or older, how do I get the COVID-19 vaccine? Mitt Romney, there must be a meaningful consequence for Trump inciting Capitol attack. By Zach Wilson, co-recipient of 2020 Polynesian College Football Player of the Year Award. Paul Gibbs, before we can heal we must clean out the infection of lies. Noteworthy Utahns who died in 2020, judges, advocates, artists, athletes, coaches, trailblazers. Momentum for tax cuts building ahead of 2021 legislature. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Inside and Juno keep on trucking. With movie theaters in limbo, Netflix plans its biggest year yet. Uganda orders all social media to be blocked. YouTube and WhatsApp inch closer to 500 million users in India. Samsung's huge micro-LED TVs let you watch 4 things at once. Google sued by YouTube rival over search rankings. Theranos destroyed crucial subpoenaed SQL blood test database, cannot unlock backups. Citing censorship concerns, North Idaho ICE blocks Facebook and Twitter. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Pet food recall expanded after 70 dogs die from toxin. Police search for missing Waterloo woman. Girl Scout cookie sold through Grubhub this year. St. Louis waitress receives $2,021 tip as part of TikTok's Venmo challenge. St. Louis officers assaulted while detaining suspects in a shots fired call. U.S. asking states to speed vaccine delivery, not hold back second dose. Watch, husband and wife discharged on the same day now COVID-free. St. Louis Public School Board to vote on closing 11 schools Tuesday. St. Charles County lifts 11 p.m. curfew on bars, restaurants and nightclubs. Scene of Rothwell murder lists for nearly $360K, buyers line up to view home. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Man gets life without parole for homeless killing spree. Trump takes no responsibility for riot as he heads to Texas. Trump says tremendous anger in nation over impeachment. President Trump heads to Texas border in final days to showcase wall. San Diego unified to resume COVID-19 testing at some elementary schools. Sheldon Adelson, billionaire casino mogul and major GOP donor, dies at 87. Parents of toddler found alone in apartment complex located. San Diego COVID-19 numbers getting strongly worse in recent weeks. Poway schools to delay in-person return after recent COVID-19 case surge. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. And loose spy procedural from David Slack and Hazy Mills and works at NBC. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF is not a great choice for most investors. Kaspersky discovers overlap between SolarWinds hack, Turla, Cyberscoop. SPY ETF, using put options for protection. Black Widow, Marvel head still hopeful for May theatrical release. SPY stock shouldn't see trouble for 2 more quarters. Biden chooses veteran diplomat Burns as Central Intelligence Agency Director. Biden chooses veteran diplomat Burns as Central Intelligence Agency Director, Federal News Network. The SolarWinds hacker shared tricks with a notorious Russian spy group. Best WhatsApp alternatives that Facebook cannot spy on. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Nigerian anti-terrorism operation marks combat debut of Chinese VT-4 tank. Norwegian Army taps FOB for Carl Gustav M4 anti-tank recoilless rifles. Patriot's modern mortar system gets new superior feature. U.S. Air Force awards Hay Bay with $35 M contract for tactical weather stations. Hanwha Defense officially launches Redback combat vehicle in Australia. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. U.S. moves to increase official contacts with Taiwan. Beijing fights back at U.S. blacklists of Chinese companies with new rules. Pinduoduo worker dies by suicide while on leave, ex-employee's video on disturbing work culture goes viral. Liu Shaoqi, the Chinese president turned capitalist rotor. Beijing Guoan snags former West Brom boss slave Indalik. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, January 12, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. I'm not a magician, lawyer for rioter seen with Pelosi lectern says photo poses problem. Chick-fil-A giving out free chocolate fudge brownies in January. U.S. intelligence officials will soon reveal everything they know about UFOs. Alabama man who traveled for Capitol riot violated bond, investigators say. $1 billion combined winnings in Mega Millions, Powerball jackpot. Trump says speech before deadly Capitol attack was totally appropriate. List, Netflix promises a new movie every week in 2021. Santa Clara County supervisors consider plan for quicker vaccinations. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Bill sign R.B. Freeman to practice squad, place Moss on IR. Woman hedges apology intense interview on hotel attack. Job openings down in most industries, while layoffs spike. Costanzo announces retirement after injury-filled season. Blackhawks agree to contract extension with head coach Colliton. Black Caucus puts Welch forth as Illinois House Speaker candidate. Illinois records 117 COVID-19 deaths, 6,642 more infections. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Estimated cost of West Seattle Ballard Link extension increases by 50%. We have reached a crisis point. Point Roberts has lost 80% of businesses since start of COVID-19. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, January 12th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Art Challenge has people making masterpieces at home. Emerging artist Luchita Hurtado has gone global at age 99. Immersive park in downtown LA. I-45 main lanes reopen and traffic cleared after road debris. This museum is free thanks to board trustee. This museum wants you to touch all of the art. Man's body surrounded by money found at Golden Gate Cemetery in Northeast Houston. Toddler bitten by dog in service fest inside restaurant. Houston man convicted of sex trafficking and ordered to pay $1 No public access to U.S. Capitol on Inauguration Day, as FBI warns of armed protests in all 50 states. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Schumer calls for speedy confirmation of Biden cabinet picks. IRS gets more relief payments out after delays. Suckett credits late Lacroix for assistant GM success with offs. Her past, book of Billie Eilish photos coming in May. Pandemic has imperiled plans to retrieve Titanic's radio. Pompeo cancels last trip abroad as concerns of violence grow. Bruins retiring jersey of NHL barrier breaker Willie O'Ree. Spike Lee's children named Golden Globe ambassadors. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus updates, 2 members of Congress test positive for COVID following attack on Capitol. New York will allow those 65 and older and those with pre-existing conditions to get vaccinated. Early edition, Hallmark employees who donated to Senator Josh Hawley want their money back. NYPD commander accused of racist message board comments retires with pension. Brooklyn judges for loving son arrested for joining Capitol insurrection. In aftermath of NJ father's deportation, U.S. citizen children follow him to Honduras. The perks of Prospect Park, a seamless guide to Park Slope. Low tide in America, Cuomo's vision for 2021 depends on lots of help from Congress. Extra, what's the best photo sitting in your phone? Cuomo proposes expanding the High Line to Penn Station, Hudson River. The next headlines are from Observer.com. An escape to Paul Cadmus and HD's beautiful queer beach. Prince Harry and Meghan felt lonely during their move to California last year. Activists pushing back against European possession of African art appear in court. New COVID-19 vaccine guidelines will change dosing rollout, worrying pharma experts. Princess Eugenie moved in with her parents at Royal Lodge. The Sex and the City returners will make bank for the HBO Max revival. Review, The Effort by Claire Holroyd is the modern apocalyptic novel. Netflix to release more than 70 original films in 2021. Out-of-work Broadway actors are finding solace in television gigs. Matt Shakman reveals how he nailed the sitcom style of WandaVision. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Minor earthquake 2.92 mag, 46 kilometers W of Petrolia, CA. Minor earthquake, 3.51 mag strikes near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. Moderate earthquake, 5.9 mag has occurred near Navire in Indonesia. Minor earthquake 3.6 mag, 129 kilometers south by southeast of Sand Point, Alaska. Light earthquake, M4.4 quake has struck near Fiji region. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag was detected near Ambunti in Papua New Guinea. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag strikes near Turton, Mongolia. Light earthquake 4 mag, 49 kilometers east of Falls Pass, Alaska. Light earthquake 4.2 mag, 108 kilometers south by southwest of La Esperanza, El Zapotal, Mexico. Light earthquake 4.2 mag, 236 kilometers W of Tual, Indonesia. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Against Trump we live better. For heavily indebted small islands, resilience building is the best antidote. Facing their failure to meet 2020 biodiversity targets, world leaders pledge action and funds. Will a second term for Guterres undermine campaign for first female UN chief in 76 years? TNC's reviving TPP Frankenstein. Learning from indigenous peoples, my Morocco diary. San Salvador becomes a sponge to reduce damage from landslides. COVID-19 pandemic shapes the future world people want. Culture of misogyny and toxic masculinity driving sexual violence in Bangladesh. Italy and the dubious honor of chairing the G20. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Forget WhatsApp, Central Intelligence Agency has tools to hack almost all social media platforms. Iran's Press TV Facebook page deleted permanently and without warning. Elon Musk, people are going to be super unhappy with big tech as the de facto arbiter of free speech. Trump, District of Columbia emergency declaration. COVID detention camps proposed by NY State Bill. DHS's facial iris recognition can ID airline passengers wearing masks. A nursing home had 0 coronavirus deaths. Then, it vaccinates residents for coronavirus and the deaths begin. The tiny satellites that will connect cows, cars and shipping containers to the internet. AR15.com, the world's largest gun forum, knocked offline after being booted from GodAddy. Ignored by media, flashbangs were going off at U.S. Capitol before Trump finished his speech. Antifa organized protest near U.S. Capitol before it was stormed. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. The myths behind the tattoos worn by QAnon shaman Jake Ongeli. Scientists decry death by 1,000 cuts for world insects. Was I Am Legend said in 2021? Trump says tremendous anger in nation over impeachment. Second lawmaker in lockdown tests positive for COVID-19. Sheldon Adelson, casino mogul and GOP power broker, dies. Airbnb banning rioters, hate groups ahead of inauguration. Why do smoke alarms keep going off even when there's no smoke? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fake letter attributed to Pelosi generates anger online. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Newsmax guest, real insurrection and overthrow happened on election day. Trolls planted dozens of bogus stories on legit news sites. Trump defends totally appropriate rally speech that incited Capitol mob. Ireland says 9,000 babies died in Catholic homes but it was society's fault, not the church. Fox's Kilm aide, Dems shouldn't impeach Trump because Republicans might get violent. NY judge's son pictured at Capitol riot in fur pelts, police gear is arrested. MBS multi-billion-dollar New Dubai giveaway is a bust as Jamal Khashoggi's ghost scares investors. Trump mega donor and casino magnate Sheldon Adelson dead at 87. It's go time, U.S. to open vaccine access to age 65 plus to speed up sluggish rollout. Try the Bronx hot sauce supporting community gardens. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Evander Holyfield, we're in talks with Mike Tyson for $200 million rematch. Unhinged heckler interrupts Chuck Schumer press conference. Kim Cattrall likes post about putting yourself first after SATC reboot news. WHO warns COVID-19 herd immunity unlikely in 2021, despite vaccines. Sexy throuple identifies as a fairy, a troll and a leprechaun. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Far-flung exoplanet resembles long-sought Planet 9. I, the beginning to the end of the universe. I, the cosmic dark ages. The history of cosmic rays is buried beneath our feet. Perseverance rover, the search for life on Mars begins in February. I, the beginning to the end of the universe. I, the emergence of matter. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. California governor opening mass COVID-19 vaccination sites. Astronomers observe death of a distant galaxy for the first time. Why the world's insects are dying of death by 1,000 cuts. U.S. reports deadliest week yet in fight against COVID-19. 2 gorillas at San Diego Zoo test positive for COVID-19. Reward offered after manatee spotted with Trump drawn on back. Climate change to blame for billions of dollars in flood costs, study says. COVID long haulers turn to online support groups for help with lingering symptoms. California Governor Gavin Newsom announces mass vaccination sites as death toll soars. OBGYN weighs in on COVID-19 vaccines and pregnant women. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. There is no excuse, NY Rep Nicole Maliotakis blasts longtime advisor for Heil Hitler remark. Connecticut man arrested for stabbing grocery store cashier in head over milk price. Spain registers coldest temperatures in 20 years in aftermath of deadly blizzard. Boris Johnson blames start of pandemic on demented medicine. Officer involved in Oscar Grant's 2009 shooting death won't face charges. The woman caught walking husband on leash to get around COVID curfew in Canada, cops. Third House Democrat says he got COVID-19 after Capitol lockdown with selfish anti-mask colleagues. Bronx Senator Luis Sepulveda charged with choking wife, stripped of committee assignments. At least 50 countries pledge to protect 30% of planet by 2030. Feds arrest for coat-wearing son of Brooklyn judge who stormed U.S. Capitol. The following headlines are from military.com. State capitals step up security amid new safety concerns. Trump Homeland Security Chief abruptly quits at tense time. Active duty troops who participated in the Capitol siege could face these penalties. Air Force Secretary Barbara Barrett to resign before inauguration. Veterans groups plan to expel any members who took part in Capitol riot. Divers recover crashed Indonesian plane's data recorder. Illinois VA head quits in wake of COVID-19 outbreak at homes. Trump hits Cuba with new terrorism sanctions in waning days. QAnon shaman arrested for storming the U.S. Capitol as a Navy veteran. U.S. soldier killed, 2 others injured in vehicle accident in Kuwait. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. Here's what's happening Tuesday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area. State legislators pass sweeping education measure that is one pillar of Black Caucus agenda. 1 critically injured, 3 displaced in far south side fire, police say. Oil company Enbridge rejects Michigan's demand to shut down pipeline under Great Lakes. Daywatch, Illinois starts next vaccine phase, Capitol riot tests loyalty of Chicago's Trump supporters, and ultimate takeout guide. Column, I took part in a pro-Trump attack on the U.S. Capitol and now I have to face consequences, that's tyranny. I fear we're not done with all this, U.S. Capitol riot tests the loyalty of Chicago area Trump supporters. In politically calculated move, Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan suspends bid for another term but doesn't bow out. Utz to acquire Chicago-based Vitner's as it chases salty snacks in the Midwest. As CPS schools reopen, district vows to hold employees accountable who are not reporting to work and will begin docking pay Tuesday. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Meepo teeth shed light on the human settlement of Asia. Why won't antibiotics cure us anymore? Scientist develops method to find toxic chemicals in drinking water. Study finds obstacles for women and minorities in chemistry. When AI is used to set prices, can inadvertent collusion be a result? Knowledge of cycad ranching behavior improves conservation. Pet food recall expands after 70 dogs die from mold toxin. Long-range energy transport in perovskite nanocrystal films. Most distant quasar discovered sheds light on how black holes grow. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, January 12th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Silk making is an ancient practice that presents an ethical dilemma. Did Dianos oversleep at night? How to find the best CBN oil online, are topics. 5 unethical medical experiments brought out of the shadows of history. What did Cleopatra really look like? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Chuck Norris manager says actor was not at U.S. Capitol riot. Emmert, NCAA still expecting to get pay issue done in 2021. Raiders hire Gus Bradley as new defensive coordinator. Her past, Billie Eilish photo book coming in May. Transfers help Hoosiers rebuild defensive lines. Seattle Police Union president won't resign after Capitol attack remarks, blames cancel culture. Some Uber, Lyft driver sue over California ballot measure. Seahawks, GM John Schneider agree to contract extension. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Antioch tries to bridge the gap with talks on racial injustice, policing and more. NHL set to start season with new rules, protocols, here's what you need to know. Des Walnier, how close we came to losing American democracy. Why the Giants could be one of baseball's most active teams early in spring training. The Pac-12 placed one team in the final AP Top 25 poll, what that says and why it matters. Hot ticket immersive Van Gogh gets extended in San Francisco. Report, FBI warned of war plans before Capitol attack. Airbnb banning U.S. Capitol rioters, hate groups ahead of Biden-Harris inauguration. COVID fears grow in Capitol as 3 lawmakers test positive. That is one of the most thoughtful statements I've heard. Federal judge grants low-end sentence in gun case against SF man who faked child abduction. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Cedric Richmond, irresponsible for Senate not to move forward on national security fix. $30,000 reward offered in hunt for man accused in 1990 slayings. Aspen area in Colorado to close indoor dining at restaurants. Larry Hogan appoints co-chairs of Maryland's first Citizen Redistricting Commission. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The Trump president, no president should be above the law again. Dispatches from Trump's killing spree. Capitol mob may say Trump made them do it, but that hasn't always worked as a defense. Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Biggs helped plan January 6th event, lead organizer says. Pelosi quietly thanks Democrats pushing to expel members of Congress. As the revolving door spins, lobbyists hired for top jobs in Congress yet again. Sticking point in Afghan peace talks, 2 forever prisoners at Guantanamo. A mob attacked the Capitol for Trump, now what? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021, now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Hope for children with rare heart condition, novel stem cell therapy to save the day. Healthcare Nutrition Council leads the way on medical food discussions. Like plants do, non-classical photosynthesis fires in organic semiconducting minerals. Future too warm for baby sharks. New humanized mouse model provides insight into immunotherapy resistance. Master designers, architects of the brain revealed. Noted experts challenge conventional wisdom within the field of radiology. Enhanced oral uptake of exosomes open cell therapy alternative. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Chicago relaxes travel advisory. 117 more Illinois coronavirus deaths as positivity rate falls. The pandemic pushes Chicago polar plunge to go virtual this year. Trump's fast-tracked second impeachment after Capitol riots. Prosecuting Trump for incitement would set a dangerous precedent. Will you know when the Civil War has begun? Analysis, Trump abdicating in the job he fought to retain. Massive Trump Tower sign along Chicago River must come down, Alderman says. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. Pre-registration for COVID-19 vaccination in St. Louis County now open. Josh Hawley is still pissed about losing his book deal. DD Mouse Julie Traum wants to see your face, even masked. St. Louis St. Patrick's Day Parade and Dogtown Irish Festival cancelled. St. Louis Vegan Deli and Butcher to host Taco Bell pop-up this weekend. Head of Missouri prison sued in North Carolina abuse case. Best belly fat burner pills, top 5 supplements to burn stomach fat. 12 plus best background check sites with free trials, search criminal conviction database. Medical reviews, consumer scam complaints or legit weight loss diet pills, 2021 review. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Washtenaw County says cases involving natural psychedelics will no longer be charged. Enbridge plans to defy Michigan's order to shut down controversial pipeline. Once ensnared by the war on drugs, now he owns Grand Rapids' first locally owned marijuana dispensary. Amazon plans to add 5 new centers in Metro Detroit, spurring 2,000 permanent jobs. Jurassic Park to kick off opening of temporary drive-in theater at downtown Detroit stalled Monroe block site. Henry Ford hydroxychloroquine study abandoned after failing to find enough willing test subjects. Rocket companies and Ford join U.S. corporations halting political donations following Capitol riot. Detroit's North American International Auto Show cancelled again due to ongoing pandemic. Detroit techno artist Drummer B will stream a set from Belle Isle Aquarium. Michigan Commission bans open carry of firearms at state capitol. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The main difference between the Capitol insurrection and the BLM protests. 2 more Netflix success stories, Bridgerton and Cobra Kai. Lee Rocker calls out all cool cats to gather round. Vegas odds on Deshaun Watson trade destinations. New COVID vaccine strategies for Texas as we're right in the middle of the storm. 4 thoughts on Nick Caserio's first meeting with Houston media. From Austin to Houston, winter wonderland time on the Highway 290 trail. New Year resolution, remember weight loss does not equal wellness. This week in Houston food events, Lee Colonial raises money for Hope Farms. The next headlines are about world records making news. Russian woman breaks world ice swimming record, The Independent. Free diver swims a world record 660 feet while holding his breath and somehow his lungs don't explode, Bro Bible. The Swimming World Top 10 Performances of the Early Millennium, Swimming World Magazine. 141,078 years in jail, a look at world's longest prison sentences, Wyan. How Bridgerton flipped the script on the Duke and I, Washington Post. Awesome Games done quick sets to world records, The Outer Haven. World's longest prison sentences, France 24. Texans like celebrating their records, Arkansas Online. 85 named on England team ahead of 2022 Commonwealth Games, Swimming World magazine. Russian swimmer claims world record for longest under ice swim, NPR. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Gig workers in California petition Supreme Court to overturn Prop 22. AT&T TV Now is merging with AT&T TV. Wait, what? Nordic Track is making its own connected fitness mirror. Asus revealed a new 2-in-1 gaming laptop, and I'm like, whoa. Iceman Idaho plan to block Facebook and Twitter to punish censorship. Climate change drove $75 billion in rainfall damage over the past 30 years. The best Amazon deals of the day. Acer's refreshed Predator Triton 300 Southeast looks so damn good. The revamped M17R4 is Alienware's first laptop with a 360Hz display. Razer's refreshed 15 and 17-inch blades are getting new screens and faster GPUs for 2021. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nsavane in Swaziland at 116.96 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ekayachchayu in Russia at minus 69.88 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 56.6 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Fen treasure hunter pleads guilty for damage caused in Yellowstone Park. Intel says, Alder Lake looks a lot like M1, plus new chips for gaming laptops. Big internet service providers pause donations to 147 Republicans who try to reverse Biden's win. Bethesda, Lucasfilm tease new Indiana Jones video game. The automotive industry has got SPAC madness, and it may not end well. FedEx will be the first customer for GM's new electric delivery van. Capcom confirms at least 16,000 people affected by November data breach. Selfish idiocy, infected lawmaker blasts Republicans for bunkering maskless, updated. BMW made this really weird short film to celebrate 20 years of iDrive. Russia may fine citizens who use SpaceX's Starlink internet service. The following headlines are from Raw Story. 9,000 died in Irish homes for illegitimate infants, report. Here's what you need to know about a second Trump impeachment. Pro-Trump attorneys face long-lasting consequences for lying about election results. Top GOP aide delivers scathing resignation letter slamming his party for enabling Trump mob. Vogue's Anna Wintour defends controversial Kamala Harris cover. Watch, Lincoln Project rips Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley in hard-hitting new video. Rick Wilson and John Fetterman pile on garbage spewing Josh Hawley. Pompeo alleges Iran new home base of Al-Qaeda. Trump waited days to honor slain DC cop, but praised major donor who died within hours. House hearing goes off the rails as Jim Jordan tries to defend objecting to Biden's certification. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The pro-Trump riot renews concerns about extremism in the military. Why did trust in government plummet around the year 2000? Ever since Donald Trump lost, Republicans fear for the future of the country. A student scientist wanted to explain vaccines to his mom, then he went viral. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, January 11th update. Prosecutions of sedition are rare. That doesn't mean Trump rioters are off the hook. Democrats test positive for COVID after Republicans cruelly refuse to wear masks while sheltering. On Telegram, white nationalists are trying to radicalize those fleeing Parler. Fox News decides to turn up the outrage. All of Lindsey Graham's flagrantly self-serving flip-flops on Trump, a 5-act play. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Classic TV quotes that are now part of everyday vocabulary, Whisk News. Did we receive a message from a planet orbiting the nearest star, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. How not going on vacation affects your brain and what you can do about it, thespec.com. Psychedelic drug analog shows potential to treat mental illnesses, the Aggie. Using neuroscience to understand reading slumps, Book Riot. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Radar UFOs UAP. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.